emotions. Look, you can't fight that, period. You can't block that out, and you sure don't want to bury it, because if you bury it, all it's going to do is resurface when you meet the next guy. So I wasn't willing to bury anything like that. I wanted it to be out there. So through that pain of my breakup, the Midnight Love Garden came. And the Midnight Love Garden is basically a gospel show that comes on at midnight. 3 times a week, it comes on at midnight. And, I play gospel songs and I give encouraging scriptures and, just talk to people and let them know that they're loved. Because I experienced love this year for the first time from a man. So I wanted others to know and experience the love that I had matured into. And that's why I started the Midnight Love Garden, so that others could receive that they don't have to go through things alone, and that they hold the power. They hold the power within them to overcome these things that we think that we can't overcome. It's all about controlling your flesh. If you can control your flesh, you can overcome these things. Even when you're crying, even during your tears, I wasn't afraid to let my tears out. Don't be afraid to cry. When it hurts, do what you got to do to get better. For me, I did cry a lot. I cried a lot because I was like 7 years. I hadn't been in a relationship 7 years. And the one time I decided to take a chance and get in a relationship, look what happened. I ended up having to break up and get my heart broke all over again, because it was a type of heartbreak. It wasn't the type that I went through in the past, but it still was a type of heartbreak, And so the Midnight Love Garden came through, and by the breaking of my heart, the only way I could get myself up out of that was to find a way to help others, so that they wouldn't have to feel that, or if they were going through a bad day, had a bad day at work, or if they were on their job and was having a bad day, and they hear the Midnight Love Garden, then maybe the love that God allowed me to have, I could spread to others in hopes to brighten their day, in hopes that they would spread it to even their family members. And Kiva Advancement also came during my relationship, because this is the thing, we think we don't understand how God is lining things up. We never really understand it until it happens. But Kiva Advancement was before the Midnight Love Garden. And Kiva Advancement came during the relationship, because it was a lot of things that I just didn't know as far as being a woman, a good woman, because I had never been with a good man. So I wanted to know what was being a good woman, I wanted to know, how can I be a good woman and still keep my identity? So that's what Kiva Advancement was all about, was helping women to understand who they are, so that they can still do all the things that they love to do and be a good woman, but remain true to themselves. Remain true to themselves. So that's what Kiva Advancement was all about, empowering women. And that was based on, the relationship that I had started as well with him. And I thank God for that. I thank God for it all. And I'm still excited, because this year, 2018, I got some new stuff for the Midnight Love Garden and also Kiva Advancement. Yes, I know I said this is all about me, and that this is my life. This is my life, just helping people and putting a word in here and there wherever I can. Now, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to listen to me. It don't matter. But there's somebody out there who may need just what I've been through or what I have to tell. So that's why I don't mind sharing. Okay, so now, the worst thing of my 2017 year was, this part really is something that a lot of people don't want to admit. And a lot of people would be ashamed to tell it, but I'm not ashamed to tell it, because I just thank God for everything. But the worst part of my 2017 year was my struggling. My financial struggles. I've been battling this financial struggle thing since 2014 when my dad passed. I had a lot of bills and stuff. And everything, it just seemed like everything just come crumbling down, crashing down. And listen, I'm a promoter too. And I made some bad investments. 2014 and 2015, I invested in some bad stuff and lost a lot of money. I didn't get that money back, and you know how you just like, this how it was for me. You know how it is. You just starting out and you really want to do the best you can. And you do ask people that's in the industry, what do I need to do? I mean, how can I do this? But then when you say industry, music industry, there's a lot of people that's just out there for themselves. So instead of them telling you to take your time and do it this way, they give you the most expensive things to do. And then before you know it, all the money that you've saved up, or at least you thought you were going to have, make back even or something, you don't get it back. You don't get it back. And here you are. You done lost out on thousands of dollars. And so guess what? You can't eat. You can't eat. Because the money, I didn't have no experience in it, for one thing. And I learned a lot through my financial struggle. I learned a lot that there are just some things that I am not willing to do anymore. I don't care what name brand you is, what company you with. I'm going with my gut from now on, and I'm going with what is factual and what is true, instead of just allowing people to manipulate me into doing things with them that I know no good is going to come out of it. So I messed up on some programs and lost my money. And so I paid the price. Even to this day. I'm still paying the price. So one of the worst things that happened in 2017 was my health started failing because I couldn't eat. I was making just enough money. I've been making just enough money to keep my bills paid. I haven't made enough to save anything like I want to. You know how we want to save. It's in my heart to save money, but right now, I'm not in a position where I'm making enough money to save, and, with school loans and all that stuff. And, it's just a whole lot. It was like to the point where I was like, Lord, what am I going to do? So the struggle started in 2014, went to 2015, 2016. It got a little rougher. And I was like, my spiritual side got stronger, though. In 2017, I will tell you, after being a prayer warrior for a while and, really studying the Word of God and stuff, it seemed that the way I felt about my struggle was getting better. But as far as the struggle itself, it wasn't better. But I was in a better spiritual place, which helped me a whole lot. So 2017 came, and I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm not just telling you this to have pity. Do not have pity for me, first of all. Don't have no pity when I tell you this. Don't come having no sad, sobbing story, because, I look at it like this. This is what happened, and this is why I'm sharing it, because somebody else may be out there trying to be an entrepreneur and don't know what it's going to take to get through. That's what I'm finna tell you. So, this is the thing about it. I became malnutrition. Like I said, my health started declining. My health didn't decline because I was in bad shape. My health started declining because I didn't have any food to eat. I would go every day for these last 2 years, every day, often eating cans of beans. I would be lucky if I could get 3 cans of beans in me a day. 3 cans of beans in me a day. Maybe a sandwich here and there. And that's basically what I ate a majority of the time. Those beans helped me, and they were good for me. The canned goods were good for me. I would go to the food banks. Listen, y'all, I wasn't too cute. I knew God was using this experience to bless me, to bless somebody else. So I would go to the food banks and stand in line to get food. And they had a program down here at the church where you could pay $1 to get a plate. I would go on the days every Wednesday, I would faithfully get up and go to that church, and I would buy 3 plates for $3 because that's what I could afford to eat. I would have a plate for morning breakfast. I would have a plate for a snack, and I would have a plate around, I try to say before around 10 o'clock at night so I wouldn't get get hungry when I go to sleep. But the moral of the story is I had to go without food. It was either become homeless. I could have became homeless and stuff, you know, homeless, carless, all that. It was a sacrifice that I had to put out there. I had to put it out there. So I said, well, this how I looked at it. Now, y'all, this here part gonna trip y'all. Now, this is how you look at your struggles. Your struggles now. And I still laugh about this. I was laughing about it when it was going on. But I said, look, I'm still a little heavy because I'm a plus size woman. I said, I can still stand to lose some pounds. So I sacrificed my food. I sacrificed my food just so I could have, what I needed. And in the end, I lost a whole lot of weight in this year alone. I think I lost around 70 pounds, maybe 65, 70 pounds. And I lost it quick. Now, that wasn't the worst part of it. The thing what I wasn't expecting was that by losing this weight so quick, oh my God, it broke my heart eventually to lose weight. It broke my heart because this is what happened. I had so much skin. I looked at myself. I said, oh my God, I'm just withering away and this isn't good. I could look at my body. I could move my legs and I had so much extra skin from losing this weight so quick that this skin was getting in the way. It was weighing on my joints. It was weighing on my arms. And guess what? On top of that, here I am. I'm vitamin D deficient. I'm malnutrition now. None of my electrolytes are up to par like they're supposed to be. Everything is just out of whack. And then just 2 months ago, no, it ain't even been 2 months. A month ago, so much skin. I lost so much skin that when it rubbed together, and if you don't got the right proteins in you, your skin will break down and tear apart. And that's what happened. My stomach tore apart. And even to this day, right now, I am still, using the gauze and stuff. I was so happy the other week because I thought, I was just going to be able to use Band-Aids. But I had to go back to the gauze due to the drainage and blood and stuff. But my stomach split open. So that was the worst part of my 2017 was when I saw my body just going down, 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 down. But despite not having the money to eat and stuff, I still kept getting up trying. I wouldn't give up. I started getting up exercising. I would go out and get food where I could get it at and eat it. And, I guess a lot of people say, well, you're a radio announcer. You should have this and that. No, I'm a human. Let's get that straight. I'm a human. Just because I work in the industry does not mean that I am financially set. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of other industry people who are not financially set. And it did come from mismanaging money. It did come from that. But eventually, you have to find your own way through life. You have to go through your own struggles so that you learn how to straighten yourself out and allow God to direct your path. And I do believe that God intervened on this because he could have took my life long time ago to this. He could have took my life instead of splitting my stomach open, allowing my stomach to split open. So that's what my worst problem was in 2017, was that I was so malnutrition and fragile until my health just started declining. Now, what's going on now? Well, a lot of things are going on now. How did I get my focus back? I got my focus back when my stomach split open. Listen, I went the whole year. You remember I said I was concentrating on the relationships with family and friends and romance. And here I wasn't really thinking about me. I was thinking about helping everybody else. What could I do for everybody else? And I wasn't helping myself. And so when I saw my body like that, I went in my bedroom about 2 months ago, and I dropped down on my knees. I was so hungry. At night, it seemed like at nighttime, it was just getting worse and worse. I was so hungry. I just dropped down on my bed, and I said, Lord, if you don't come help me, if you don't give me some ideas or something, if you don't help me, God, I'm going to die. And I don't want to die like this. And I refuse to believe that there ain't something that I can do to come up out of this. So I had a talk with God, and I let him know that I was willing to